one we all love right after the first of the year, right? The one about goal setting. Now, wake up. Don't fall asleep on me now. Yeah. If you don't get a paper, share with your neighbor. You know, it's one or two per row, and then the rest of them, they're on the Yahoo site. There's actually 3 pages to this, but I'm going to pass it on the top page, so the rest of it I'll read along with you tonight, and then you can send it off when you're home. The first thing you want to do when you're doing your goals for the year is you first need to set and think about what your dream is. What is your dream? Why Premier? What did you decide that you needed to do Premier for? What was your dream? Why Premier? Well, for me, it was to be a stay-at-home mom. For you, it might be something else. But you need to figure out what your dream is. Now, if you know what your dream is, don't you write down whether you have one of my papers or not. Write it down on your paper. Number 2 is, what's your need? In order to make that dream a reality, what is the need you have to make that, to fulfill that dream? Only you know what your dream is. But somehow there's a need affiliated with that, whether it be a financial need. Most of the time it's financial. For me, it's about $1,000 to $1,500 a month is what I needed. Once I took out the cost of daycare, I took out the cost of traveling to and from work every day, and the lunches, and the this and that, I figured out that's how much I needed to be able to make up my portion to be a stay-at-home mom. So you found a need. Now is when you start setting a goal. This is the bar that you set for yourself to get you a little bit closer to fulfilling your need, to reaching your dream. Does that make sense? Now here's the next thing. And I'm not going to be really good at this.
Yeah.
So that's what baby steps. These are the daily things that you do on a daily basis to bring you closer to achieving your goal. Daily. Did you get the key word there?
Daily.
Okay, so you've got to figure out what are the things that you need to start doing, implementing your little goals, your baby steps, and to reach your goal to get you to your need. Well, the first thing, for something like a stay-at-home mom, my first goal might be to get dressed. Really challenging with 3 children to get up and want to put on makeup and jewelry and just actually get dressed to where you might actually walk into somebody and they came to your door. Right. Or if someone came to your kids. That might be the first, but it's a step, right? Is it not a step?
Yeah.
So you figure out what your little steps are. This might be a given for some, but how about put on some jewelry? Right? How about be prepared? Catalogs? How about contact people? Okay? Can you do this business without talking to people? No. These are all the, now can you have more than one goal? Sure you can. You should have. You should have lots of little goals for all areas of your life. You should have multiple goals for your business. The important thing is that you have one, and then you start making the preparations for what you need to do on a daily basis. Make yourself a list of your baby steps, and write them down and cross them off as you do them on a daily basis. One of my goals is 15 minutes. If I can somehow, out of my crazy day, with, the kung fu and the karate and the Civil Air Patrol and the basketball and the cheerleading and if somehow I can carve out of my day 15 minutes to just call people, that's a fabulous goal for me. And that is all you really need to be able to do is get up, get dressed, be prepared, and set and carve out just a few minutes out of every day to do something daily. If you let 3, 4, 5 days go by and then Friday you're wondering, gee, this really wasn't a very productive week, I'm going to sit down and just work all day today, and I'm going to start. I'm going to reorganize my files, and I'm going to get my folders all pretty, and I'm going to do some new stickers for my catalogs. That's not very productive, is it? You need to do things that are going to bring you closer to your goal. So these are all things, your baby steps should be little steps that you do that are actually going to bring you closer to your goal. So now you know what your dream is. Everybody has a dream written down?
Yep. Anybody else?
Only one.
I got it.
Now raise your hand. Everybody got in business for a reason, so you have a dream. Okay, now that you know what your dream is, and you know what you need to do to fulfill that dream, now you set your first goal and create your map. This is your map. In essence, it's your written word. It's what you've written down that's going to tell yourself on a daily basis what you're doing to make sure that you're staying on track. But here's the thing, you got to be specific. You got to be in detail about when you write it down, share it, and then review it daily. Make sure you're looking at it on a daily basis and actually doing those things. And follow your map to stay on course. There's going to be distractions along the way. Right? Kids, I got distractions. The important thing is that you don't let it take your focus off your map. Because if you don't stay on course, you're never going to reach your destination. Daily distractions are going to move you farther away from your course. So you have to ask yourself every time you're doing something that wasn't on your map, you need to ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now moving me closer to my goal? Does my behavior move me toward or away from my goal? Of the things I could be doing right now with my time, is it really the best thing I can do right now to move me toward my goal? Or am I just rationalizing this and that it's moving me towards my goal because I'm unwilling or unable to do what I know really needs to be done? Okay. Am I really serious about achieving my goal? Or are my goals just something that would be nice to have? You understand? And am I inspired to achieve my goal? Do the things that move you toward your goals and stop doing the things that don't move you toward your goals? Now, some people say, my sister won't get this, but my sister does this a lot.
Oh, I'm going to send it to her.
It's not that simple, she tells me all the time. It's really not that simple. It sounds easy, but it's not. Well, I say, really? Because if you think about it, it's really not that complicated. Well, most days, most of the things you do should move you towards your goal. Nobody's suggesting that you be perfect. There's going to be days. You just consider asking yourself, what would happen to your business if most of what I said and did moved me towards my goal? Okay? Too many of us treat goal setting the same way. We dream about where we want to be, where we want to go, but we don't have a map to get there. The difference between a dream and a goal is, once again, you wrote it down. But the goal setting is more than simply just scribbling it down on a piece of paper. Your goals need to be complete and focused, like a roadmap. Make sure the goal that you're working on is really something that you want. I really wanted to be at home with my children. Make sure it's not something that just sounds good or something that maybe is somebody else's goal for you. You can have more than one goal, but they can't contradict each other. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. You can't buy